Now, as a part of this Microsoft data analytics, in previous unit, we have just seen basics about the data analysis or data analyst. Means what is data and how the data is generated and how to use that. Now, in this unit, we are going to see about the data analysis overview. So let's try to see what is the definition of the data analysis. The official definition we can say is data analysis is the process of identifying, cleaning, transforming, and modeling data to discover meaningful and useful information. So this is a definition, but to remember what is data analysis, we can say raw data to valuable information. So we will see raw data as a first place, and the last step is valuable information or valuable insights out of that data. So this is important to understand, and by using this data analysis, raw data, we can create models and then visuals, and then we can use this data to craft into a story through reports for data analysis and to support the critical decision making process. It's all again a decision making. Basically, whatever the raw data is there, how we can use this raw data to make meaningful stories, and then out of that stories we can create some meaningful dashboards or key performance indicators which will help business to take proper decisions. So this is important to understand, and that's what data analysis is. Now, when it comes to analytics, we need to understand what are the different core components of data analytics. So there are a few core components. The first one is a descriptive, then diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive, and cognitive. So these are the 5 core components of any analytics. Means it's not just a Power BI, but when it comes to any other tool, like there are different other tools, analytical tool as well. But when it comes to analytics, we should be able to understand these core components. So any of the data either will be falling either of these components. So that's what we need to understand, what is this components. So let's try to see this one by one. Now, when it comes to descriptive analytics, we can see this. This is what has happened based on the historical data. So this is important to understand that whatever the things which we are what are the things which we have, like what are the things which had happened previously. Means based on that data we can make some predictions, or we can make some reports, and then that can be helpful for a business to take decisions. Means maybe any sales related data, so that we can see. As an example, we can say we can generate a reports to provide a view upon organization sales and financial data. Means how the previous sales of previous year sales for a particular product, and how that can be used to take next decisions. So this is something which is a descriptive analysis, which mainly focus on what has happened. So this is a descriptive analysis. Then diagnostic analysis. Now this is focusing on why this particular event has happened. So this is important to understand. Descriptive is going to focus on what has happened. Diagnostic is going to tell us why events has happened. Now this is just a supplementary to descriptive analytics, where we can use findings from the descriptive analytics, whatever happened previously, why this has been happened. So we just need to find different reasons, means why this has been happened, to discover the cause of these events. And what are the steps? We can identify anomalies in the data. These anomalies might be unexpected changes in a metric or a particular market. So there may be some like unexpected decisions happens in market, or some outside changes is affecting the business. That kind of things which we need to identify that as a step to come to the conclusion as the diagnostic analysis. We can collect this data that's related to these anomalies, and based on this we can say that this is why it has happened. So this is diagnostic analytics. There are some other statistical techniques to discover relationship and trends that explain this. And in this case, our Power BI tool also help us to use some of the statistical techniques and use this to come to the this diagnostic analytics conclusion. Now, the third component is predictive analytics. Now, this will focus on what will happen in the future. Now, first we have seen descriptive, which focus on what has happened. Second, we have find out why it has happened as a diagnostic analytics. The third is a predictive, what will happen in the future. So this is again a supplementary to the previous two, we can say, based on why that has happened and what will happen in future. So that is what we are going to see. Again, it is using a historical data to identify trends and determine if they are likely to reoccur or what. Then based on valuable insight into what might happen in the future. So this is something which is we can see we are again using a statistical and machine learning techniques such as neural networks, decision trees, and regression. So these are some of the advanced things which we can do. You can say using a predictive models or predictive techniques for this predictive analytics. Then the next one is a prescriptive analytics. Now, this is somewhat we can say what actions or which actions we should be taken to achieve a goal or target. Something has been decided. So what are the actions which we need to? So this is actual course of action. We can say that some action should be taken so that a particular goal or particular target is going to be achieved. So this is something which is a prescriptive, like it's like a doctor. When suppose anything happened, like if someone is ill, then they first try to find what has happened, why that has been happened, and then will they suggest some of the medicines. That is the prescription. So this is the prescriptive analytics. So that's what we as a Power BI data analyst we wanted to do is we need to identify the previous data, learn what are the things has happened, why that has been happened, and now what are the actions which we can take to achieve our target. So this is prescriptive. What using insights from predictive analytics, organization can make data-driven decisions, and it allows business to make the informed decisions in the face of uncertainty. This is again relying on some machine learning strategies to find patterns in large data sets. We will see practically how this can be achieved. Prescriptive analytics, because this is something when we do practically, it will be going to be very interesting when we use some machine learning strategies. The last one is cognitive. So this is important to understand. Means this is just attempting to draw inferences from the existing data and patterns. Now this is not actually actions, but inferences. Means what I mean by inferences is basically what are the trends or what are the data which is available. We're just trying to make some conclusions like this is going to be happen or this might be happen, and so there are some inferences we can make, and based on that we can like can say derive conclusions based on existing knowledge bases, and then add these findings back into the knowledgeable base for future inferences, a self-learning feedback loop. So this is something which we can say it's iterative process, like going back to the previous data or historical data, try to find some findings out of it, use our knowledge as well, means what are the study and how we can use this to improve our decision making process. That what we are going to it also help us to learn what might happen if the circumstances changes, and determine how you might handle this situation. So this is what we are going to understand out of this cognitive analytics. Now, these all things which we can say that this is about the cognitive analytics or the different analytics components which we need to understand. And now we are going to see our next unit, which is we will see. Okay. So any questions, Sumit? So you were asking some questions?
Yes. Yeah. I have the problem with the cognitive analytics. I need to understand, I understand every analytics, but with the cognitive analytics, I need to know the example. how we can define, like, what about the study and all. So I need to know about it because
Okay,
it's
yeah,
confusing for me.
that we can see as an example as well. Means basically it is using our knowledge base. So whatever the like data and patterns. So now we are going to use different data which is got at different places, and we are creating some stories out of it, and we are creating some data and its pattern. So when it comes to patterns and trends, now suppose some trends is happening, but we should be able to make use of the trends and our knowledge base as well. Maybe some study has been already been done by someone. Maybe so there is some case study. Based on that case study or some knowledge which already there, we will just compare with them the existing knowledge and the trends, so that we are going to compare or maybe and try to just get some findings, so that we are going to use, and out of this we will just try to make some conclusions, like this is what going to happen. And maybe it is not going to be a final decisions or just a fixed conclusions, but there will be a probability that it will going to happen. So that's what we will see when it comes to that like practical examples. It will be more clear. That's what I see. uh, but yeah, this is a cognitive things where we use our existing knowledge bases, and that's what we use with our stories or antics
Okay. Now
components.
understand now. It's the basis on the case study done before or something like this.
Yeah,
And the
that's
knowledge
what,
is
yeah.
like said by some.
Yeah, it's a
Okay, got
iterative
it.
process. Like self learning means what is happening, how the knowledge is there, and then going back with the knowledge study, and then comparing with them, and then just coming back. So that kind of things which is there, we will see this with the examples as well, means how it is. We are going to see practically as well all these things. Yeah.
Okay, got it, got it. Now I got it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. uh, Now we will move to the next session.
Yeah.